effective president? No, I'll tell you why not. By first looking at the national debt. In the national debt on January 1st, 2009, which is 20 days before he was inaugurated, was this number. Now, as of yesterday, it's this number. And under Obama's presidency, it's increased $6 trillion, which is the largest increase under any president in history. As the risk of a country defaulting on its debt service obligation increases, the country loses its social, economic, and political power. So that is the significance of those numbers. It's not just like the national debt doesn't mean anything. It does, and these are the effects of it. The federal debt held by the public has grown by 90% since Obama has been in office. Now, we're going to look at a chart. So the red represents the national debt per capita. So this is per person. And this is the black bar represents the U.S. annual per capita income. Now, if you look at it, it kind of just starts to break off over there and just kind of level out, but the national debt per capita keeps increasing. And this is in 2009, the last bar, when Obama was inaugurated. Now, 2009 is here, and ever since then, he's been in the presidency, and look at the gap between the income and the amount of debt that you have. It's almost more than double, I'd say. Now, he's saying a strong middle class equals a strong America. I'm a warrior for the middle class. Well, really, because since you were in presidency, the debt of the middle class has almost doubled. Now, on top of that, the real median family income has been in a continuous downward spiral since he became president, actually falling more since the recession ended in the summer of 2009. Now, if you look at this graph, okay, as Walter brought up, unemployment rates have gotten better. So you see the unemployment rate is a red line, and it's actually going down, which is a good thing. But then you see, let me read this properly. Okay, so then you see the number of people without jobs, and that's going up. So it's really, it doesn't make sense. So you can see that Obama's just floating in money, spending money wherever he can, spending $6 trillion during his 4 years in presidency, which is more than the previous 43 presidents combined. Now let's look at Obamacare. In just 5 reasons, I can tell you why it's not good. It increases healthcare costs, it causes insurance problems to rise, it hurts quality of healthcare, it has nearly $570 billion in tax hikes, and adds over $500 billion to the already increasing debt. Foster was asked to, this is the Medicare's chief actuary, Richard Foster, and he was asked in regards to the claim that Obamacare was willing to bring down healthcare costs. On the cost issue, I would say it was false more than true. Now looking at it like this, Obama also promised that Obamacare would reduce health insurance costs by $2,500 per year a family, which is something that Walter brought up. Well, that's actually not true, considering premiums for families will increase by $2,100 as a direct result of Obamacare. Moving on, U.S. health spending is projected to rise 9.2% in 2014, up from the 6.6% that was projected before that law took effect. Doctor shortage will also be a problem because of Obamacare, and it will worsen, leading to more limited access to healthcare and a longer wait time for patients. New federal healthcare law has raised the stakes for hospitals and schools, already scrambling to train doctors. Experts warn there won't be enough doctors to treat the number of patients that are going to come in because there's just going to be a huge amount that they can't control. About 1/3 of employees subjected to major requirements of the new healthcare law may face tax penalties. So all those small businesses that are now going to be required to give a health insurance benefit to their employees, their full-time employees, might start being like, okay, I can't afford that. Maybe I would just hire part-time instead, which sucks for the median income families again. In reality, if you strip out all the gimmicks and budgetary gains and rework the calculus, a wholly different picture emerges. The healthcare reform legislation would raise, not lower, federal deficits by $562 billion. Now we're going to look at the environment. Obama says that the rise of the oceans will begin to slow if he's inaugurated. The planet will begin to heal. Well, we haven't seen any of that, Obama. Actually, you haven't really done anything. Obama's election was announced by intense hope that many things in need of change would change. But unfortunately, that's the second category, as I said before. In June, after 4 years as president, he hyped it up so much. He was like, it was always on a back burner because he was like, oh, I'm going to focus on Obamacare, I'm going to focus on other things. And 4 years after, when he finally has this huge climate action plan, what does he do about it? Nothing. And really, it's not much of a plan. It's more of a failure.